Welcome to Pothead Parent, where I'm not only packing lunches, but I'm packing bowls. Just a mom, and today a dad, and maybe some of her cannabis-loving friends sharing the ups and downs of parenting while being so much fucking more thanks to Mary Jane. Not sure what all that means. Neither do I. So let's grab your favorite piece and let's see what happens. So today we have my husband, Derek Fogarty. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
I know. This is awkward. It's weird. It's like, I don't know. So that's why we smoke while we do it, because it brings our anxieties down and makes us feel a little bit better. So he is my baby daddy.
Oh, your husband.
My husband. My lover. My bestie. Mr. Green even said it. He is the one to calm me and like chill my anxiety. He's just like my other half. And I'm yours, right, babe?
Yes, ma'am.
We're just the perfect match, I swear. So things can get super awkward because Derek's not really used to doing stuff like this or talking out in the open besides when he's at work and talking to customers on a consistent basis. But other than that, I'm kind of the mouth of the family. Although I think our 2-year-old Jackson's finding his way because he screams every moment of the day. It's midnight, 2 a.m. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, what are you smoking over there?
Blackberry cheesecake by Hetty's.
Okay.
It's delicious.
Their shit actually smells like the shit that it sounds like.
I can't smell it, but it tastes fucking good.
Okay.
I was going to say it tastes
delicious.
like whatever the name is. We had grape or something the one time, and it was like, what is this?
Right.
Yeah, not much weed tastes like it smells, but, or tastes like they say the name is, but this does.
Right. While we're at that, Hetty's gave us some love, and then Fireglass are one of our big main lovers and sponsors, along with Scoobs Doobs and PC Plug. And of course, we are doing this all at the Revelry House. We're so lucky to have them here in Buffalo and have Mr. Green, or I'm sorry, we made you Dr. Green last week, didn't we?
We did.
Okay.
Yeah. The doctor's in.
The doctor is in. That's how cheesy we got last week with Mike from Fireglass. I don't even think you actually listened to the whole podcast, did you?
You didn't post it yet, remember?
I know, but like you listened. All right. Well, okay. So with that being said, Monday nights are going to be our post night. We're going to throw all of our podcasts up. And tonight also we announced that we were doing a giveaway with Hemper Co.'s subscription box. So we want to give them some love. But I figured instead of sharing it all at once, we'll do a live later tonight and smoke some other stuff because I want to try some of the dabs that we got and the rig that we got from Fireglass for sure. Sound cool, babe?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is hilarious.
Why?
I feel like I need to get you more high.
No, I'll just fall asleep.
And I feel like, whatever. So I guess the whole point of our episode today is really to explain who you are, what cannabis does to you to make you feel better or what have you. And I figured we'd start from the first time you smoked. Do you remember it?
In general, or when I started
Ever.
smoking?
Yeah. No, like just like ever. Like when you were, I'm sure we're a teenager, right?
Yeah. Well,
I feel like we've never
grade?
had this conversation.
No, 7th grade. Pretty sure it was laced with something, so it wasn't normal weed, because the guy I got it from was a little sketchy.
Who was it? Like just a rando?
I'm not naming names.
Oh,
Just
okay.
a friend from high school, but
Touche. Even now, you won't
blow
even.
people in? Fuck no. Anyway, no, we smoked the bowl in the park. I got so fucked up. I was high the next morning. That's really all I remember. It wasn't anything crazy, but
Yeah. Who are you with?
a bunch of high school friends.
Too funny. Yeah. Nothing
much.
else. Okay. And then after that, like when you started becoming a pothead?
That was about 6 years ago. So I was drinking, hooked on pills, pretty much all the above, and just knew it wasn't going to continue, couldn't continue, because I physically couldn't do it. I had 2 instances where I ended up in the emergency room. They thought I tried to kill myself. Well, I clearly didn't, but the medication I was on mixed with drinking literally took me to rock bottom and was died twice. So I decided to pull the plug, flushed all my shit, and tried the cannabis route. So first time I got so fucking high I fell asleep on my couch and said, I don't know how the hell people do this. You got to be nuts, but you just got to kind of smoke through it. And
we've been doing it together ever since.
Yeah.
I know. We met. You snuck yourself into my DMs, and we had a pizza date. Yeah. Okay. We ordered pizza, right? And might I add, I was
We're
like,
just sheet pizza, I think.
I
don't really
know.
fucking
What
know
the
why
fuck?
either.
We got high
And
as
wings.
fuck. And I mean, back then we really didn't
Well, you told me you
smoke
could
that much.
smoke. Yeah, I smoke.
Yeah, but
You were
you
fucking
couldn't
out.
smoke really at all either. And then we order a pizza, a Hawaiian pizza, might I add. Realized we actually liked each other because of that. And the fact that he had a Brita outside of his fridge. And it was weird because I liked warm water too.
I don't like warm water.
Right,
I
but like
room temp.
room temperature. That's fucking
Not cold.
weird. Not many people
not
do
weird.
that.
I don't
That's
think
when I knew you were my soulmate.
I don't think cold water is actually good for you. You could Google it, but I'm pretty sure it's not good for you, and room temp is.
So
bad
that's
too.
your, or you just don't like it.
I just don't like it.
Well, don't try and make it all
You can't drink it
technical.
as fast.
Don't try and make it all technical. Mr. Green, what's going on over there? Mr. Green. I love it.
Where you are currently training, no big deal.
Yeah,
Continue.
I know, but that's a good thing. You guys are growing. You guys have more shows. Who are my buddies that I love over?
Like the other shows.
Yeah.
Spaced Out Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
The Witchy and Tipsy Podcast.
Okay.
Buffalo Sports Collective.
I love it. And so many more.
Yeah, there's a lot more.
I
to
know.
list.
You were doing some things beforehand.
The
It's
Kids
okay.
Cast.
Yeah. Oh, see what? Can we talk about the Kids Cast? Because we are parents, duh. And I mean, yeah. What is it?
It's a podcast for kids by kids.
That's sweet.
I
Yeah.
love it. And what do they talk about?
Poop and farting a lot. They talk about like if your family was an animal in the zoo, what animal would it be?
See, that's something you need to smoke and listen to.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
Not
it's
with
great.
the kids, obviously, but like
It
in a
is.
different room.
I'm getting them other kids guests.
Oh,
That's
I
great.
love it. Who are you
Yeah.
looking for? Like, what kind
Just
of guests?
you got kids, bring them.
Oh my
kids.
God, perfect.
Figure it out. Figure out like a topic that's age appropriate. Because if we let my kids go, they'll be like, "Oh, have you seen Breaking Bad?" Like, no, stop.
That's
Stop.
great. Our one dog's named after Walter White.
Oh,
Our little
really?
dog, Walter. We got so fucking high we didn't know what to name the dog. We were watching Breaking Bad. We named him Walter
Yeah.
after Walter White.
Yeah.
True story.
I still don't even like that show.
When I get mad, I turn into Jesse Pinkman. I'm like, "Listen, bitch." Like,
Yo, bitch. Is that what he says? Yeah, bitch. That's his tagline.
What is it?
Bitch. I'll find it for you.
Yeah, I know you're right. 'Cause, I mean, I watched the show, but I really didn't get into it. I feel like it died out for me. It wasn't really my jam.
what?
Yeah, it wasn't really my jam.
All
I
right,
don't
we
know
have
what to tell you.
to cease doing the podcast.
Yeah, I'm all set
What are
here.
you talking
Thanks,
about?
guys.
Oh, just to talk about Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I mean, Better Call Saul's phenomenal. I mean,
See,
what are you talking
no,
about?
I watched like 2 minutes of that, and I was like, no.
Yes.
Maybe it's because you watched 2 minutes of it.
No,
Yeah.
the show that I really got into was the one that he had me go at. What was it with the motorcycles?
Sons of Anarchy.
Oh my god,
I watched
that's
it
so
like 3
weird. 'Cause
times
I was
over.
just gonna say that, but I went Breaking Bad instead.
Have you seen Sons or no?
Yeah, like a million
yeah,
times. It's
okay.
like one of my favorite shows. It's
So
actually
good.
Hamlet.
What do you mean?
Oh, listen to my
Sons
boy.
of Anarchy is Hamlet with motorcycles.
Really? That's actually
Yeah,
beautiful.
shout out to William Shakespeare.
Hey,
Cue ball son of a bitch laughed in my face. Yeah, this is gonna help big time with that. Bitch!
bitch. Okay, so
Pinkman.
that's
Bitch.
I get
Pinkman.
really,
Okay.
Bitch. Pinkman about it.
Okay, guys. Anywho.
Speaking of pink,
Where's
Yeah.
my lighter?
is that
Yes,
Lazy
it-
Susan
it
over there?
sure is.
They are. And no bullshit. Like, if I don't like shit, I'll tell you I don't care. I used to use, I don't want to bash anybody, but other papers that are very well known for years. And I didn't realize until I used these things that the ones I was using sucked.
Yeah.
It sounds like you didn't want to say raw.
Yeah, them. But anyway, so yeah, I was using those. They burn fast, crooked, and everything. But these, like, you're literally smoking these walking down the street in the wind and burn perfect.
They're really nice.
Everything was great. I've been using them for probably the last year.
Well, I like the cones because I can fill them up. I'm like the worst pothead. I can't do much. That's why I have you in my life. And you roll the best J's.
You're a real good Jay.
You don't. I know. I feel like we need to have like a J rolling like seminar or something, or a how-to, or just him rolling them one after another.
We need like one of those Batman lights, but for buildable one.
Okay,
Just
so
turn
hear me
it
out.
on and they come back.
Hear me out. I want to go give weed and like J's and Blazy Susan cones out and help out our friends and our neighbors in Buffalo right now. Weed and water for everyone.
You're just gonna give people weed?
Yeah, just weed and water. Weed and water for everyone.
What do you
happened?
think? You think people
What do you
want weed?
think? Would you guys like weed?
Free weed and water? Why not?
Nobody's turning that down.
Okay.
Mr. Greenwood,
Continue your mission. All right, I apologize. I shall be quiet.
I don't know. I think that would be super fucking great to just give peace and stress relief to everyone. I don't know. It's helped me in that way with a lot of my anxieties and the shit that we've been through with our kids, with our lives. It's insane.
So you're just giving out weed and water? I mean, you can start right here
I know. I
I
just
gave
want
with
to
the
give.
greens.
I just
weed
literally
already.
want to give weed and water out to everybody.
I gave you weed
full of
already. I
age.
gave you the black cherry.
Oh shit, that's
Yeah.
point
see?
taken. All right, move on to the next case, my friend.
All right.
Shout out to Hetty's, right?
Yeah, right. There
I don't know. But I do
Which-
think so me and Derek did post and have up a link for Feed More Western New York to raise funds and donations and anything we really can to again help out our city and what's happened over the weekend.
I was in the Marines from 2009 to 2015.
Oh, what was your MS?
0311 infantry.
Oh, door kicker.
Good old grunt. So that is why I started smoking, because my body is fucked up. So I'm 34 going on 94, but
In what way?
I have, oh God, again, I don't feel bad for myself, don't take it this way, but numerous back problems. I've got arthritis in my back, my hips, my neck. I've got pinched nerves, my hips are messed up. I've got blackout migraines I suffer from constantly. Those have been tamed, thank God, but everything the doctors were giving me just was making it worse, was making other symptoms worse, and I finally just said, fuck it, I'm done, and started doing research on cannabis, but I actually got into, I think, CBD first, which helped a ton, just my back and getting out of bed. I was at the point I couldn't even get out of fucking bed without getting pushed. But it just helped a ton, not even weed, just CBD in general, just joints and inflammation. And
What do you mean? You CBD? Like, is that what's
so
CBD?
for people that, again, they're new or want to get into this that don't know, CBD is pretty much, you would look at it and think it's weed. It is, but it isn't. It's all the benefits of weed without the high. So I think there's like 0.02% of THC in there, which you could smoke 12 pounds and nothing would happen to you. But
Right.
CBD is there to help with inflammation, skin, joints, brain, eyes, fuck, everything. Can't tell you how many people I've had call me over the last 3-4 years that I've helped get on CBD that's literally changed their life. And I'm not trying to sound like a, hero or, oh my God, that's not me, but it's changed people's life. It's changed mine. So
Yeah.
instead of sucking down 6 or 7, Lortabs or Vicodin or whatever,
Right.
take one CBD before night and I'm good to roll.
Well, I mean, we've had a friend of ours actually come to us and tell
the other
us, yeah. I mean, you could say,
Yeah, I guess his person's daughter was having issues. Again, I'm not 100% on this, but quick story was having issues on different medication. The doctor kept telling them, do this, do this, do this. Long story short, it wasn't working. They tried CBD about a week ago, and within the 72 hours, they had an immediate result. She was sleeping better, felt better, had better energy. She was taking it in the morning, though, which if you're going to try to do that, I wouldn't really recommend doing that in the morning first, because you will
and we're
get
not
sleepy.
doctors, by
Yeah,
the
I'm
way.
not a doctor by any fucking means whatsoever.
No one take our advice in that
Yeah,
sense.
I'm a
but
professional
yes.
stoner, and I speak from experience. That's it.
Exactly.
But CBD is good to take at night, especially if you're having sleeping problems too. It'll it just calms you down. Also, if you get too stoned,
I
you
was
can take
just
some
gonna say that
CBD, and
one.
it'll also chill you out.
Yeah, that's definitely helped me back in the past when like I was like just starting to smoke, or when we were just playing around with edibles and stuff, and they can get a little too
Yeah, it'll
intense.
fuck you up quick.
Yeah, the CBD certainly tones down that nonsense that can certainly occur.
Yeah, but this shit got me off of everything. Before the military, I was that guy that said, what the fuck you smoke before you're a scumbag? And I admit it, I have no problem admitting it, but I was completely against it, just, I guess, ignorant to the fact that I didn't need it, and now I needed it and did the research, and it's literally changed my life. I was on, 6, 7 medications at one time, easily prescribed, non-prescribed, whatever, and now I'm on 1,
Right.
so I'll take that as a win.
Yeah. I mean, for us, I feel like to be on medication and then to take things away is a huge plus, like you said, but it's okay too to take medication, like we're saying.
I'm not saying take off your meds, talk to your doctor, but I slowly pull
Right.
myself off of them.
Right.
My
I
doctor
mean,
said I
certain
wouldn't
meds
do
we
that.
all need, I think, or not all need, but it's still a thing for a lot of us. I mean, I still take stuff for my ADHD.
And adding, again, I'm not a doctor, adding CBD to whatever you're taking it's not going to do anything. You could literally eat a bottle of it and
Right.
you might throw up or get the shits. That's probably about it.
You said that you take it to like help if you got too stoned. Do you think that works if you take edibles?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, newsflash.
Yeah.
For people that want to smoke or get into it, do not eat a fucking edible for the first time.
Right.
Roll a joint, take a hit, wait 5-10 minutes, let it kick in. If you eat an edible and it's more than you think it is, you're going to be not happy for the next couple hours. So if that does happen, yeah, you can take a couple CBD and that should chill you out. But that's a mistake a lot of people make. Start eating brownies or eat too much, and the bag says it's only 10 milligrams, but someone made it in their kitchen and it's fucking
right. And you're always
200
supposed to wait. Just
now
wait.
You're licking your shoes. So
You just have to wait with the edible situation.
just be patient.
I like it. So where are we at? CBD. You enjoy that. So what's your favorite way to smoke? What's your favorite
I'm
way?
heavy indica, and shockingly, my lovely wife is the opposite of sativa. I think she smoked some of mine before we came here, and she fucking blacked out in the car hard for 5 minutes sleeping.
Well, I mean, I feel like an indica makes me pass out, and
Everybody's
that's
different.
what I think that was.
Yeah, indicas, they make the joke it'll put you into couch. But yeah, indica
That
is
was
for
the
people
cheesy
that.
dad joke of
That's
this
how I remember
whole
this shit.
fucking
Yeah,
thing.
there you go, whatever. Yeah, indicas, if you want to get sleepy, and it's for more kind of hyper aggressive people like myself that just kind of chills me the fuck out.
Right.
Sativa chills me out, but it gives me a little zip. If I need it, it's good, but maybe doing yard work or something, but
Or
I'm
a thought
sitting around.
process. I like using
honestly,
it
I can
for,
smoke anything. It don't really fucking matter, but
Yeah.
I prefer indica.
Well, I mean, I just feel like there's different strains and different hybrids.
Oh,
and
thousands
different.
of them.
Yeah, I mean, but at this point, I feel like things aren't so much sativa or just indica.
it's a lot
There's
of
too much hybrid. There's so much hybrid at this
Yeah,
point.
majority of them are hybrids, which, again, it is what it is, but yeah,
There's
that's
so many
another
out
thing,
there.
too. If you're going to smoke for the first time or try it, just make sure that I would not recommend a heavy indica because, maybe you are. Smoking at night and sleep, you're going to sleep like a fucking baby
Yeah,
for the
I guess
next
it's
12
just
hours.
whatever you're
so.
looking to do. I mean, if you're gonna head out and go out with your friends a drink or something, and I don't recommend mixing the two, by the way.
No, once you get more used to it, yeah.
Drinking and
whatever.
smoking.
Nah, don't do that.
I don't know anybody I've ever heard. I've never done it though.
I don't drink anymore, so.
Yeah, I never really.
I never
mixed
smoked
it.
and drank
Have you
at
ever
the
done
same
that,
time.
What?
Mr. Green? Mix
Smoke.
the two and like drink and smoke.
I would say that because I used marijuana to quit smoking cigarettes, which is a weird thing
Me too.
because I always needed a cigarette after I smoked weed,
Yeah.
but increased my weed consumption to remove the cigarette smoking.
Interesting.
So honestly, I would say that if I drink, I would always mix the two because it's kind of my cigarette in the sense that it would like calm me when I'm drinking. But I don't drink anymore because of weed, so it
Maybe
removes
it's an
that
edible in
conundrum.
drinking.
Oh, you don't drink either?
not really.
Oh, no shit.
I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if I go with my wife to dinner, I would have like a mule or something.
Yeah.
But
That's
just
crazy.
smoke some
Like
weed.
I used to smoke cigarettes, drink pills, everything, and I've had no urge for shit. Like
None of it.
no, nothing. It's wild.
Even your diet has changed. I mean, I know because I cook
Well,
for
I've
you.
actually lost weight since I started smoking, but I also stopped drinking. So
Right. So part of this is the fact that I am new to this. You're new to this, but you're killing it today. Some days I feel like I'm doing okay. And, you know, being someone with anxiety, cannabis has helped. In what ways has it helped you since having our kids and as a parent?
Jesus. I can't imagine pre-cannabis Derek with kids. Anybody that knows me literally would, if I told them I had 2 boys, they'd tell me I'm fucking crazy. But
Like knew you from back then?
yeah,
Oh.
like, and I don't know how to explain it because like people that don't get it think, oh, you're fucking stoned around your kids, you're fucked up. Like, it's not like I'm drinking a 6-pack of beer around my kids. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like,
Right.
I could literally do anything fucking stoned. Like, anything.
I know.
And I would
it's like our own
challenge.
superpowers.
I just cut down with your dad 4 fucking 30-foot pine trees with a rope and a chainsaw and didn't damage a goddamn thing the other day. I was high as fuck. It was great, no problem. But I would challenge anybody that anything. Drink your beer and I'll smoke my weed and let's do the tango and see what the fuck happens. Like,
I believe that.
Yeah.
Beer for joint?
It's
How would
different.
it be?
yeah.
How would it be?
I'd be fucking blacked out. That tree would have been through the house. The house would have been on fire. It would have been
Right.
fucking horrible. Not been good.
I know. But I mean, we've been through a lot with our kids.
That's for goddamn sure.
You want to go through that
Been a
down,
while, 2 years.
down that road?
Yeah, I'm the short to the point version. Missy's the kind of longer, more drawn out
That's
version.
why I'm
so,
saying
no, it's good.
you
That's what
do
I'm
that
saying. I'm just
version.
letting the viewers know. So what? Jackson's 2.5 years old. 2.5 years ago, we had Jackson. Everything was fine during pregnancy, no issues.
For you.
Okay, well, yeah, for me. Really rough for Missy. She threw up every day, and I was
Great
going to make the
girl.
gagging sound, but Mr. Green's about to eat some pizza, and I don't want to make him puke. But Missy would literally throw up in the middle of restaurants.
Still do.
At sporting events. It didn't really fucking matter where we were. She would just puke. But fast forward a little bit. We had Jackson. He was born. They said everything was normal. They did all of his tests, and then the one doctor kept coming in to check his eyes, which looked like he was kind of cross-eyed. I'm like, all right, we got a cross-eyed kid. Of course, my luck. Here we go. I've been crossing my eyes my whole life. As a joke, but anyway, they came in. What was it called? LED red test.
The red light.
Red light test. So they kept putting a flashlight in his eyes, and long story short, his pupil wasn't dilating. So I personally didn't really fucking think anything of it. I was just probably numb and naive and didn't want to accept there was probably something wrong.
Right.
Missy, on the other hand, kind of knew something was going on, but I think we kind of just didn't really know what to do because we never had kids or how to
WebMD.
feel. Or yeah, don't go on WebMD. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
I've had cancer 12 times apparently, and I should be dead like 5 years ago. So don't go on WebMD. But yeah, fast forward, we had to get Jackson's eye checked at a local eye doctor, and going through the test of getting your kid's eye checked is fucking miserable if you've ever done that.
Torture for the child and for the parent to
Yes.
watch.
So the doctor, I was holding him. I remember he flipped his light up, turned the light on, and kind of like looked at his assistant. And me being me, I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Well," and I said, "Doc, just cut the
I
fucking
knew it,
shit.
though.
What's
I'm
going
sorry.
on?" Literally looks at the both of us and says, "Your son has cancer." And is about as quiet as it is now. I almost blacked the fuck out.
You stood right up.
It was like the movies,
You
like
like
when
blacked out.
yeah, it's like I don't want to say shell shock, but like the ears ringing, fucking tunnel vision, sweating. I mean, I had no clue what the fuck was happening. I didn't hear anything, nothing. I had to go in the bathroom, so I almost fucking threw up and blacked out. But fast forward, we had to take Jackson, who was a week old, Missy, who was 1 week postpartum, still bleeding out of her lady parts.
I was literally wearing a diaper still.
Yeah, she was in the diaper in the backseat of my truck, and we drove to New York City in the middle of January in a snowstorm. It was fucking miserable.
Yeah. Breastfeeding in the Starbucks parking lot.
Yeah. Don't drive a full-size truck to New York City. You will be the only person, and I think I paid $160 a day for parking.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, horrible.
Well, you didn't fit in the parking garage.
Yeah, I had to take up 2 spots, which just sucked. But
Our luck.
so we went to Sloan Kettering, right?
Yeah.
And that was, again, Missy's obviously a week postpartum and fucking just exhausting physically and mentally. I don't think we slept at all. We're in a cancer hospital with kids with cancer, and you want an eye opener.
And all the parents. Oh,
Yeah.
like my heart just dropped thinking
You want an
about
eye
it.
opener real quick? Go visit a cancer hospital for kids, because that shit'll fucking wake you up real fast. But
Real humble, yeah.
Jackson got tests done, blood work put out. I honestly can't even remember how much shit was done to him, but the doctor brought us in the room, and we're sitting there holding hands with the kids saying, here we fucking go. And the doctor literally told us, I don't get to say this very often, but your son does not have cancer. And I, again, didn't hear a word he said because I blacked out once again.
Ugh.
But it was also the most relieving
Yeah.
thing to hear, even though you didn't have it. I don't know how to fucking explain it, because I never had cancer, but for someone to tell you have it and then tell you don't have it with a kid, it's fucking twisted. But
Well, like, you fast forward too. I mean, for both of our children, we've looked at each other and had no say. Is it a child going to be okay? Like, are they going to make it? Like, what's going to happen?
that was what he said. He said, first we
Yeah.
try to save the life, then the
Yeah.
vision, then the eye. And I looked at him and said, can you please repeat that to me one more time?
Yeah.
Yeah, we try to save the vision or the life, meaning they thought the cancer, which was retinoblastoma, would go through the optic nerve into his eye. Thank God it didn't. But they told us Jackson has, it's 2 different things. PHV, which is persistent hyperplastic virtuosis.
PHV is not
She'll explain it to you.
PHV.
Again, I'm not a
an
doctor.
STD, babe.
No, PHV? No, you're
No,
thinking of
PHPV is.
whatever. Fucking explain it. It's a long, complicated medical term. Meaning he was born completely blind in his right eye.
Persistent fetal vasculature.
There you
is
go.
the
Whatever.
name.
Yeah, my son does
One
not
of
have
the
herpes
names.
or any of that stuff.
Yeah, no.
He's blind. But anyway. So his right eye is physically, the eyeball and the eye socket are smaller than the left eye. So this story could take 4 hours. I'm trying to dub it down, but some of the shit you're not even going to fucking believe me. You can Google it because it's on Google.
Yeah.
We took him to Rochester afterwards.
Yeah,
Immediately.
I mean, our doctor. I mean, it was a miracle that she was even in Rochester. The only other closest
Oh yeah, there's
one.
only 3 doctors in the country that
Yeah,
can help
is
him.
in Ohio,
Florida.
and then Michigan,
Oh, I think it was Florida,
Miami,
too. Yeah.
and California, and Texas.
And she was in Rochester, which is an hour from our house, which was a blessing in disguise. But
Right.
we went there. He had his first surgery, and we were sitting in the room, scared as fuck, obviously. I remember her coming in, and I think they stopped the surgery. She came out and talked to us. Oh, yeah, they didn't know
Yeah.
if his retina was attached. They long story short, they scooped out the scar tissue that was filling in where the eyeball should have been. They scooped that out, filled it with some silicone, and we were supposed to come back for another appointment. Fast forward, I don't know, a couple months to right before the pandemic started.
Yep.
His doctor went to Italy.
Like
on
a week before.
Yeah, went to Italy on a skiing trip and fell down a cliff and died.
Yeah.
Yeah, rest
Yeah,
in
can't
peace.
even
I
make
don't
that
mean that
shit
any
up.
way
Look at
against
that.
her. I feel
Yeah.
extremely bad. I was fucking shocked. I still am.
She was so young. She was so, like...
Sweetheart, very, very nice lady. She was one of the only people that knew what Jackson had. So next thing was the pandemic, and we were trapped in the house, could not find a doctor. Doctors wouldn't take us.
Yeah.
No one knew what the hell was going on because we couldn't get his records. It was a fucking nightmare in plain
mess.
English.
I was just on the phone with everybody and anybody to just take our son. And 2, we knew there was more to it. Like, I don't know if we knew he was in pain or what, but there was something off.
Yeah, we also didn't know that he would be completely blind. They just told us that this was the next step. So what happened, what we think is what happened, we still don't really know, is that stuff was in there for so long and had to come out that the pressure of his eye increased and blew out his retina, and now he's completely blind. So, yeah, it was
In that eye.
in that eye. So
Right.
when we finally found, where's the next doctor? In Cleveland
Yeah.
clinic, told us his eye pressure is way too high because he was like crying, probably because he had a fucking headache. Now that makes sense,
Yeah.
but
Oh my God, and the light and everything. There was just so much pressure.
yeah. And again, it was so long and so much shit happened. But I mean, he's in and out of Cleveland clinic. We were in and out of there we almost got an apartment in Cleveland. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, and I
Whatever.
mean, the fact that it wasn't even just his bad eye at this point either. He
His left eye
has
was
no
fucked up, too.
peripheral
Yeah.
because it's completely crossed in. So they needed to. We
He
need
looked
to
like the
still
kid from Dennis the Menace. If you know what
Literally.
I'm talking about. So the little kid with the bowl cut and the crossed eyes.
Yeah,
I'm
and,
talking about, yeah.
he's just sitting there like with the apple.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
exactly how he looked.
Yeah, adorable
But yeah,
though.
we were in Cleveland, in and out. Kind of paused for a little bit in between surgeries. The kid had 3 different surgeries to correct his good eye, his bad eye, and then they finally just told us, listen, it just fucking is what it is. The kid's blind in that eye. I'll never see out of it. So we kind of mentally, I guess, just not wrote it off, like just accepted it.
Right.
And we make jokes with him about it all the time. It's just how I am, and I think that's how he's going to be. And, then we had Gavin in between there, which was planned. Gavin, everything was fine, and then we took him home. He looked like he was fucking glowing in a light. Looked like one of those little, one of those things, fireflies.
Yeah.
He had a little jaundice, so we had to take him to Children's immediately. We were there for a week, I think. We were there for a week. He was in what I called the microwave, which is the incubator. I tried that for a couple days. He had, what was he, anemic?
Yeah, he ended up having a blood transfusion.
Well, that's what I was getting to. But yeah,
Yeah.
I guess what they were doing wasn't working, so they had to give him a blood transfusion, which led us in the hospital for another couple days after that. He was in and out of Roswell. No cancer, thank God. Just getting his blood work done. That's where his doctor was, and they were great. But
But again, we had to sit there and see
yeah, going
all
again,
those
going to another
families and like
cancer hospital with kids will wake you up real quick.
right.
But yeah, Gavin's good now. Jackson's still blind as fuck in his right eye, but
Yeah,
he's
but
good.
we ended up having
I
to
can't
go to the
imagine if
hospital.
he had 2 good eyes. That kid'd be fucking crazy.
I know.
I love
How
him.
many
He's
weeks
nuts.
were we in the hospital though in October?
Oh yeah. Jackson got. Oh no, we put the kids to daycare. Here's a parent moment for you. Avoid daycare if you can. Long story short, I was completely against it, just from I don't even fucking know why. But we ended up putting them in daycare. They
I was
got.
going back to work, so
Well, no,
I
that's
mean,
fine. I'm just saying I didn't
yeah.
like daycare in general.
right?
But they ended up getting hand, foot, and mouth, which again is normal for kids, but they got it bad.
yeah,
To the point where I remember waking up Jackson in the morning one day and hearing him go da-da, and I opened up the door and I literally almost threw up.
yeah,
His eyeball was, I don't want to exaggerate and say almost hanging out of his head, but
yeah.
it was pretty
The bad
fucking
eye.
close.
Yeah,
We took him to Ohio immediately, 3.5 hours. We got there, the doctor looked at us and said, I don't know why you're here, I can't really help you. So then we drove all the way back home, waited maybe an hour or 2, took him to Children's, and he had orbital cellulitis, which, long story short, the infection went to his bad eye out of just luck. It didn't, we found out it could have went to either eye, but I
He
guess
has
his
sinus infection.
his optic nerve was inflamed and almost went to his brain. So Jackson, needless to say, has been through hell
Hell.
and back, but he doesn't have a damn clue. He thinks it's normal, and he could give 2 shits because
He's the coolest fucking
the
kid
kid's a
ever.
tank. He's
Yeah.
just, he swears. It's great. He says fuck, and
And he
you know.
uses it appropriately. I'm sorry,
does.
but that's okay in
He
my
does.
eyes.
yeah, no problem with it. But yeah, they we'll get into more of those stories later on. But
Yeah.
yeah, back to the topic of weed and parenting. But there are many, many trips and tag teams to the parking lot to hotbox the truck. Because if I was drinking during all this,
I know.
we would have been fighting, blacked out. I now know why parents, God bless you, with kids with disabilities get divorced.
Or
'Cause
like
it's-
have to be in the hospital
Because it's
and deal with
fucking
yes,
tough.
torture.
If we were on the normal medications and pills and all the other bullshit, total different story. But
100%.
go to the car, take a deep breath, grab a coffee, smoke a bowl real quick, come back. All the nurses smelled us. They knew. They didn't care. And it's funny how many medical professionals don't give a fuck about weed, but they have to pretend like they do. It's disgusting. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. So that helped us, sleep,
Immensely.
take naps, because there was not a lot of that. And
We get a lot of criticism for being open about this too and being cannabis users. I mean, we got attacked for smoking in the hospital. And it's just, I feel like at some points people don't understand and use the old taboo and stigma of being a cannabis user as being a bad parent.
well, I think cannabis gets, and I don't know why, is in the same category as alcohol. cannabis is a medicine. Alcohol is a poison. There is literally, and I could be wrong because I'm not a doctor, I don't think one medical benefit to alcohol. I
There's
could name
no
you fucking
beneficial.
80 of cannabis, marijuana, CBD, any of it. So I don't even know why cannabis is in the category of, unfortunately, your pain pills and your fucking ibuprofen and all that crap.
Federally, right? Is that how that works?
No, I'm saying as far as like relief.
Oh, I see.
Alcohol
Okay.
is for people who want to go out and get drunk. Like there's no
right.
benefit
It's recreational.
to it. But people link them together and they see you smoking a bowl as always having a fucking beer. Like I get
And I
it,
don't understand that.
but I'm not. Like you're gonna go behind your desk, take your water and pop your fucking Xanny and have yourself a good old time, but I can't go whack a bowl in the car. Like it's ridiculous.
I get it. I get
That's
it.
just
And they
how the
become
world is.
addicted, and we just
Yeah, I
kinda
had
just
another
go,
person I grew up with yesterday. Found out OD'd on heroin. It's probably the, I don't know, 6th, 7th person I've known personally in the last 2-3 years that's either killed themselves or died from heroin overdose or pills or something.
because I mean it's helped us along the way with that stress.
But there's
and
still not one person ever in the history of ever
You love this.
to die from fucking weed, but it's illegal. I don't get it. I would
Right.
literally like to talk to like a doctor or someone of like importance and just have them answer that question. Can you just fucking answer this for me? I don't understand. Like,
I know it's hard.
I just don't get it. It's just
It's hard to
stubbornness.
fathom.
But it's honestly, it's that older. I think the big flip is going to be. It's not our generation of age. It's like the 50-year-old age where they agree with it, but they agree with you behind the scenes. They can't agree with you up front because they're afraid of what their other fucking friends are going to feel like.
Right.
The 60, 70, 80-year-old people, they don't give a fuck. You're smoking crack. That's what they look at it as. I love my grandfather to death. I'd take a bullet for him, but there's no arguing with him because he doesn't care.
I wouldn't say that too loud. He was very much into he brought it up to his doctor, by the way, because I
that's good to
did
know.
go have dinner with them
Good to know.
with
I
the
didn't go, Papa.
kids, and Papa brought it up to the doctor, and the doctor did say that is something he should look into.
And also, by the way, my grandfather is legally blind in both eyes, conveniently enough, and deaf as a fucking doornail.
Right.
This guy, you'd look at him, you'd have no damn clue until you're 2 inches from his face and you can't see.
So with the doctor saying that to him, he's like pretty much on board to
That's
kind
good.
of try.
Well, maybe
some
we can get him
things.
here. Get him all fucking.
Oh my God!
Smoke
Could you
out.
imagine?
How
That would be
I wonder
so
how
much
it'd be if you
fucking
were
fun.
high and blind. Like,
Right? Like,
What
what do
the
you
fuck?
feel like? What do you?
I asked him that as a kid. I'm like, when you drink your wine, like, what does it feel like? Because you can't see. I don't remember what the fuck he told me, but I don't know.
I
I
would
asked him
wonder.
that question again. I remember asking him. I don't know the fucking answer.
That man's not blind.
No, he's blind as fuck. He's not
It's so
as deaf
fucking
as you
weird.
think he is.
He could literally take you anywhere in
Oh, yeah, he knows
in
his way
Western New York and know the
Yeah.
direction.
He's
I don't
an
get
old
it.
West Side Italian. He grew up downtown Buffalo. He knows a place at the back of his hand.
Right? He has
knows
his
all
own
of it.
day in Buffalo.
He worked in City Hall for 30 years, 40 years, I think.
He has his own day.
Yeah.
I'd say he's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, he's got his own day.
Does that mean you're a legend? Like you're a part of a
not.
legend, like family of some sort?
Bloodline, yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do with me, though. I remember being there as a kid. They were in the big City Hall. They nominated the day for him. He was the blind guy at City Hall at the stand, if you know anything about Buffalo. He was there for 30, 40 years, selling cigarettes and lottos. And yeah, you're nodding your head. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my grandfather, little short Italian guy. And that's him.
Right.
He was there forever. So
Right. Too funny.
That's funny. He'd
That's
probably
so
he'd
funny.
probably remember you too. He remembers everybody.
I
He knew
know.
their orders, their smokes, their candies. Fuck, I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I
He's not
saw
blind.
people try to trick him with change
Yeah,
when he tell them $2,
Right.
and they give him a dollar bill and say it's a 5, and he would know immediately.
oh yeah, he ain't stupid.
Immediately.
Oh yeah,
He was
he ain't
amazing.
stupid. Yeah,
He
that's why I
was-
tell you, I don't think he's as blind and deaf as he
That's
says
what
he
I'm
is.
And it was
saying.
fun to talk to.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't. Yeah, he's a good guy to
he's
talk
the
to. Talk to anybody.
sweetest man in the world. He's a doll.
He's funny.
He really is.
Knows everybody in Buffalo.
He
Anybody
does.
you meet, what's their last name? Here we fucking go. Right
I
down
know.
the family line. They know somebody. I'm related to them.
I feel like everybody has that grandparent though.
If you had an old school West Side Italian grandfather, yeah, but I don't know how.
If you have a
Columbia there.
grandparent that smokes with you in Buffalo, we want an interview.
Yeah, let me know.
We please send us a DM and we want interviews. We want to
I want to
have.
interview some older people.
Yes,
great.
I want to have.
Speaking of that, before
Yeah.
I forget, if you've ever been to we also have our medical cards, but if you've ever gone to like a legit dispensary, the average age of these people, they're not our age sitting at this table. They're like 60, 70, 80 years old at this dispensary, which is, it's crazy. You think there's a young kid in there trying to, score a half ounce or an ounce of some shit. No, it's these people that are getting off of pills and everything else that are switching over. It's nuts. It's awesome.
100 fucking.
I feel bad that they're paying $400 for a $150
It's
ounce.
disgusting how much everything
Sucks.
is. It really fucking sucks.
Yeah, half a gram cartridge is $100. Excuse me? What?
I don't get it, but I
ever
get it.
spend that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, people are scared. I mean, who wants to go to their high school dealer?
No, I don't.
Right?
Ooh, that's my
Do you
high
remember
school
that guy?
dealer. Oh, yeah, I definitely know. There's a bunch of them. You had your shroom guy, your weed guy.
Please, you didn't do all that stuff back then.
No, I didn't do shrooms. I smoked weed.
I'm
Not
not
as
a
much
weed.
as I do now. But
Not a
pills
weed,
were,
guys.
no, we're not. Here, I got a whole bag of it.
Just-
Pills were not a thing back in high school. A little bit, but no, I was just really making tinnies. You know what tinnies are?
No, I have no
You know what a
fucking.
tinny is?
No, I was a
Tinfoil
good
bowl.
girl. I
Put
won
a couple holes in
teacher's
my fucking
pet.
brain. It doesn't mean you didn't smoke weed. Tinfoil
I
bowls where you
tried
took a
it
piece of
when I
tinfoil
was,
out
like,
of your mom's
15.
fucking roll
Okay.
and you put a pen in it and you roll it. I could probably fucking do it if I had it. You'd roll it with a bowl.
That
and you'd
sounds
fucking
like
smoke out of
cancer
it.
right to the fucking head.
Yeah, I definitely put holes in my brain. but
Yeah, what is it?
Whatever you live and learn. It's called a tinny.
No, see, my favorite that we still do up at camp when we go camping is the apple.
Actually, the first time I smoked out of an apple was at the camp.
I know, good
I
times.
wasn't a fan, but I'm more of a joint guy.
I know, but when you have nothing to smoke out of,
Have a
it's a good
bowl.
time. Yeah, here's
I
your
do
bowl.
smoke out of a Bill's Mafia bowl, by the way.
Big fan.
My sister got me this as a birthday gift.
The Bill's Mafia.
Yeah, my Bill's Mafia bowl.
You're all about
It's
the
the
Bills.
longest bowl I've had, knock on wood.
I know.
So I usually break them.
Yeah, I
figure it
got you. Here you go.
What else are we going to talk about?
I mean, I don't know. What's your favorite? I don't know. Where do you want to go with it? Nothing? You want to ask me some questions about what I think of you? No, I'm just kidding.
No,
I can
this is
get.
the most I've talked.
Ever?
Probably. Yeah, ever.
I'm very impressed with that. I mean, I feel like I kind of got
But
in
again,
my
this is
shell a
perfect
little.
example of what weed does.
Yeah.
I'm at work. I don't want to talk about where I work or what I do. It has nothing to do with this. But if when I'm at work, I'm fine. I'm talking, happy, no problem. I come home, lights off. My brain shuts off. I'm done. I don't want to talk. I'm relaxed. But again, if I go out in public, same thing. I don't like to talk to anybody. I sit in the corner, mind my business, just kind of keep an eye out. It's just how my brain works. But these two guys would understand. But
I'm not
shit
like
never goes
that.
away. But, well, yeah, because you don't fucking get it,
I know.
which is fine.
I want to get it.
No, you don't. But smoking weed kind of just takes the edge off it. Lets you loosen up, talk, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Or see, I get too anxious. It's like, it like calms me down.
well, that's what I'm saying. If you've seen me when I don't smoke, it's
Yeah.
I'm cranky and
You get angry.
yeah. Well, I used to be a very angry, quick, snapping person. Now I'm the complete opposite. Like, you'd probably punch me in the face, and it'd probably take me a minute to actually ask you why the fuck you did that. I'd be really mad and eventually punch you back, but I don't really care. Like, just,
Yeah.
well, what the fuck did you just hit me for?
I guess.
I don't know if
It
that
definitely
makes
has
sense.
calm. It does definitely calm you down.
Yeah.
I mean,
But physically though, like my back, my head, like migraine people, fuck. I was having, I'm not kidding, migraines 4 or 5 times a week. I would literally black out, throw up. I couldn't talk. She would tell you, she'd be trying to talk to me, and I thought I was having a stroke. But if you can supplement like taking CBD at night and weed, like even just a little bit, I mean, it helps me enormously, where I have migraines down to, I think, maybe 1 or 2 a month.
Yeah.
And I've got some pretty strong meds I take when that happens. But even the doctors I go to support it. They prescribe cannabis for migraines.
Right.
You know why? Because it's medicine. That's why.
it definitely helps you sleep as well.
Well, I can't sleep without it.
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
fucking be up in the middle of the night just staring at the ceiling.
Well, that, and I mean, you used to get, I mean, when you get your wicked dreams.
Oh, yeah, I
and
used to swing at her in the middle of the night. You know, not on purpose, just
Right.
having bad dreams. And she's like, "You swung at me last night." So, again, you smoke the right stuff before you go to bed, and you'll sleep. It's not NyQuil. You're not putting fucking garbage into you. You're gonna feel like
Right.
shit in the morning.
right.
Feel like $1,000,000.
It's just, I mean, that's what this whole entire podcast is about. It's about us as parents, us as potheads, us as just people, right? I don't know.
It's just making it normal. And again, just a friendly
Exactly.
reminder, alcohol is legal. So is marijuana.
Right.
It's the stigma of it stinks, it smells, it stays in your system. It's the tattletale drug.
100%.
I forgot it stayed in your system. It's fun. When you become a real stoner, you just kind of forget about that shit. You start smoking weed, you're like, oh, fuck, how long is it in my system? if I stopped smoking now, I'd be fucked for like 4 years probably. I'd just pee THC for years. But my goal is just to make this normal and have people talk about it, and people that want to try it, stop being afraid. If you have questions, like, I don't know, DM us, text us. I don't know how the fuck that shit works. She runs the account. I have no idea. If you got questions,
Please, you've definitely been doing
but I
a
click
really
on the
good
wrong
job with
messages
stuff.
and I forget to tell her people messaged her. But anyway, send us a message like, hey, how do I eat an edible? What should I do? How do I not, get high as fuck the first time
Right.
and not want to ever do this again? Because
Right.
we've all done it. I still get high as fuck once in a while. I'm like, God damn, I need to sit the fuck down. But just send us a message. We'll help you through it. It's not mushrooms. You're not going to be, seeing trolls dance on the wallpaper and talking to a fucking bush
Right.
like we were last year. It was a great
Right.
time, but it's not
This
going
is
to happen.
education. This is
It's education
understanding.
and
This is
normalize it.
from what our experience have been and the people that we bring in.
By the way, they do make a weed beer, so we couldn't come to terms here. They do have THC beer.
I know. I feel like there's tinctures and stuff. There's
There is.
definitely some drinks because I have been to some places.
Oh, I've had, yeah.
Right.
They have water. But
Right.
doesn't hops come from the same plant or same family of plants as
Same
marijuana?
family.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we leave it at that.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a little wisdom for the end of that. Perfect.
Oh, do you want a wisdom wine?
No, we just did.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Peace out.
This podcast has been brought to you by Revelry House.